Hello all, Sabello here. We are really getting into live streaming. Today I had done a 30 streak. I'm going to be doing a chest opening of those chests that we unlocked today. But also we're in a rumble against Red Flag Fleet amongst American Rangers, Rum and Guns and the Russian Guild that I cannot pronounce. Well, I think it's Russian anyway. We're trying to catch Red Flag Fleet. Probably mission impossible, but we're going to try anyway. Why not? Let's jump into chest opening, and then we're going to get rumbling. We've had some real bad raids today, so we've dropped to PR. May even drop to sort of 200 to 300 to PR. We're going to use this scallywags, gunners, bombers, and a witch. So I think I've even chucked in one brute as well. But we get into that in a second. Let's get on the chest opening. I think we might have room to be able to do this. We can get rid of Jean de Berry's Shimmering Pearl. Let's get rid of that. A quick check over now. I did start earlier the silo, which maybe we gem finish that. It's probably going to be really pricey. Let's actually take a look at that. It's 11 day, I think it was 11 day 8 hours, 12 hours build, something crazy. But this is going to be perfect for me because all these chests that I keep getting will keep that silo filled. And when we get time, we start sorting out our legendary pirates, upgrade those. Get those real high, and we're going to have so much silo material space left. It's going to be, wow, it's time to get streaking, I think. Do we do this? Do we start spending the 2,200 gems to get the silo going? Otherwise, we probably won't get the chest opening going today. Yeah, let's hit the button. Someone said it. I heard someone somewhere say it. Let's do that. Perfect. Let's get those chest opening. Hopefully we're going to get some gems back from that. Let's start from left to right. Let's get the bandits chest going first. Ideally I want some BP out of this. EP, I'm not... Are you kidding me? 3 lots of resources in one go? Are you sure about that? That's not a good start to the episode. Wow. This one should be better. Excited Topaz. 1 giant squid ink. This is not a good chest opening so far. I think you can tell the shock in my voice now. It's like, is this really, really happening? I hope not. Again, 2 lots of grog? Are you kidding me? What is going on today? 1 crocodile tier? The freebooters has to be better. I hope so anyway. Let's try. Jump into it. Let's see some gems. You owe me something here, Madoki gods. Here we go, we asked for it, and we don't get it. But I will take those mystical opals, along with the chartreuse as well. I do have one person watching. Who is it? Is it Hammerhead? Is he snuck on? He did say he was going to attack while I'm streaming. So I doubt it's him, unless he's sitting there with like 3 devices in front of him or something crazy. Let's jump onto the next freebooters chest. See what we're going to get from this one. For some reason, I don't know, unless no one's talking, or that one person's not talking, chat don't seem to be working. Who's watching? Come say hello. And here we go. First sort of BP. Radiant Citron. Scratch my forehead here. 3 chartreuse and some grog. 5,000. This is what, 2-3 times I've had 5,000 grog now. That is a real issue. What is going on with this chest opening? It's like the worst one ever. 1,250 BP, 650 EP, 2 shimmering pearls. Really? We just got rid of like 10 of them. The call says, let's try that one. We've done a 30 streak for this. Come on, surely. Here we go, here we go. 2 lots of VP at 600 there. 5 gunpowders, 65,000 gold, and 550 BP. I'm really feeling duped today. What is going on with the chest opening? This is it. This is where we're going to get like 700 gems coming from this one. Madoki gods, please repay back Sib some of this misfortune. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. No gems. No gems. 2 lots of resources. Mystical opals will take them. 950 EP, 3 copper ingot. Yes, I knew you was here. It's you. Are you attacking? Is that why? You just finished an attack. It is great to see you again. Nice to have this support from you. I really do appreciate it. Let's collect those. Then again, it's probably a funny time as well. It's afternoon for me. I'm actually jumping on for a short one because I'm actually waiting for probably, maybe, a very important phone call today, which could change the course of things. I won't go into too much about it, but nothing to do with Plunder, it's to do with personal life. But again, I'm not looking for anyone to sympathise or anything like that. We're just super gets on with life. Okay, let's take a look see how many slots are filled up now. We have 15, 17 slots remaining. Perfect. Means we get to keep our Radiant Citrines, our Shimmering Pearls. But I do hope to fill this up with the useful stuff we need. And we are looking probably, what's that, 14 Mystical Opals. Probably need 6 more for Caesar. We're not concentrating on LPs today. And earlier did start the Witch Doctor as well. Hello, second person watching. Whoever you may be, welcome. Let's get on with the attacks now, make sure we've got all our troops. We are going to switch out Annabelle, because, oh man, I just used her off a record today, because I don't like using her, and she is a bit temperamental. Cornelius, I think, yes, I need to get him going. I used him earlier. Greenbeard's already resting. There's another one, Caesar. I try to use some okay-ish LPs when I'm not recording. I'd like to save the best ones for you guys to see, like the Black Bart, Tinto. I might use Tinto because of his buff, and especially using the troops I'm using, it's going to be increased damage and reduction of damage incoming as well. Let's jump into the raids. We have Tinto, we have the right combo of troops, I hope. I'm hoping now we can beat this type of base. We really need to. The mortars are not that good. The ground power can only see one so far. I hate how they blend in as well. It makes it really difficult to see. Maybe that's why some people don't make... Right, there's a second one. If we just come in from the south, hopefully take out these 2 mortars. Nice long line of troops. Try and sort of swarm the base. Would be okay. Let's hope. Fingers crossed. Here we are, 28 gunners, 28 scalawags, and so bucks there. We've got the 1 brute and 8 bombers help us get through those walls. Let's do our long line, as I said. Again, I don't know, sometimes I feel like I get this like inability to be able to play the game. It's like I forget how to deploy troops. Don't know if anyone else seems to have that problem. It's like you go, well hang on, should I put a long line or should we just cluster the troops together today? Let's get Tinto in there as well. Probably won't need him, then again might. When you're rumbling, even if it looks like an easy matchup, throw in your Legendary Pirate anyway, because you don't want to come up short. That will really mess your raid up. And your rumble points. Not only that, your guild as well. Anyone else here? It's still 2. Okay. Are you still raiding Hammerheads? Because I tried to catch you. My raids was going terrible today. And I was like, I need a break. I managed, I think, for about victory 17. I was like, I need to do these 13, get them over and done with. Then I need to start thinking about taking a break, because the agitation gets to you and it really starts to make you perform badly. Let's think about trying to sneak in now, the brute round the back, get a few gunners in there. As long as the Witch Doctor, oh, he's going walkabouts now, this could be problematic. Right, okay, let's try and get some of these buildings taken down quick. Spread out those gunners. Go on, brute, that's it. I think we might have enough in the tank. Might have enough in the tank to finish this raid off. I'm keeping an eye on these few scallywags. There's a couple there that's got the Tinto buff, I should say, the single one. There we go, let's get our reduction now for the scallywags, using their ability. Also, the ones that's resurrected don't get the ability. To the best of my knowledge, maybe it's because it was buffed by Tinto. Because of the red will be outstanding rather than the blue flickering. Still 2 people. I wonder who else is the second person. Someone's definitely sneaked on. This is it. This is going to be the 100%. No. Oh, that's right. At house. Perfect. 40 seconds remaining. We have our first 3-star victory in this episode. Sib's feeling better. Miraculously. We're going to try and stay low. Not push too high in PR because we made that mistake and got pretty high earlier. Raids won't go my way. And that really brings down morale. And that's what you don't want. You want to keep beating on the basis that you know you can beat. And there we only used 1 of his stamina. Thank you. Do you get it sometimes? Like, do I deploy these troops a long line, or do we sort of just bunch them up more? You sort of got like the devil and the angel on the shoulder, and it's you don't know what one to go with. And as I proved yesterday in the stream, I think I'd done a long line or a cluster. I think it was actually a cluster of troops. And I said that this raid could go 1 or 2 ways. As soon as the troops separated, it messed up my Witch Doctor, and that pretty much ended my raid for me. I think I got a 2-star on that one. Can you recall that one? I'm pretty sure that's what happened. And I did say before I deployed in the class, I said I maybe should have done the long line, because I feel like that would have sort of fanned out better, done a lot of damage than the main cluster of troops would have gone in the middle, while a few stragglers gone on the outside, and then they would have been drawn to go in and then come back out again. Let's get on with the next raid. Let's try and catch Hammerhead. Not going to happen because you're PR 700 plus, probably earning about 1200 plunder points thereabouts per raid if 3-starring. Now if you was at Wind Raiders, I'd be hoping you'd get like 1 or 2 stars, but since you're not, I need those 3 stars. I'm only kidding with you, I'm only kidding. That's going to help. Gunners, 10% increased damage, perfect, because we've got 28 gunners. Well, I was even considering earlier starting to pick on Pirate All 9s, but 409 is a big difference from 650. Yes, I try to, but then it's the same problem. Because they start going further along, then the witch goes and it's like Annabelle goes, oh, you know what, let's go and protect them and not being fired upon. And you've got all your troops in the middle getting messed up. Sometimes it's just like, I'm going to take the risk of clustering them all together so it doesn't happen. And then when it does, you feel like, yeah, I should have just done that in the first place. But it is good when it does work out, when you're in like a big cluster swarm. Again, let's try and look for a Pirate All 10. If we keep coming across these Pirate All 9s, we might drop down a little bit. Hello, Carlos. You're the other person. I knew it. I knew it could have been you. I didn't actually. I thought you might have been asleep, to be honest. Because hold on, East Coast is coming up for 9 AM. So yeah, what's that? 8:42 now in the morning, I think. We're not going for this base. I did take on a few corner bases today though, and it actually worked pretty damn well. The ground pound sort of had a blind spot, and I utilised that. It came from the ship and straight in, and just nailed it. It was perfect. This base, however, right, okay, ground pounder. I'm sure we attacked this base yesterday. The ground pounder there, that's going to be a big problem, because that's covering the other ground pounder. But if we have to waste some troops to take those out, that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to try this base. I shouldn't really, because I'm not feeling that confident about it, but we'll give it a whirl. Couple there if we can, just out of range of the gun tower. Yes, perfect. Let's try and get 2 gunners in there. Can we get enough damage down quickly enough? Yes, we can. Yeah, I woke up early as well. I wake up most mornings, no matter what day of the week it is, 7 odd o'clock in the morning. I just can't get sort of past that stage. Years ago, I remember laying in, especially weekends, but it was probably because of drinking, but I used to lay until like 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I just can't do it anymore. It just don't work. I have no idea why. Let's try and get this ground powder. Come on guys, we need a couple of tanks somewhere. So the problem is, I'm struggling because of these big tall buildings. I also have a problem with the time run out. Can we just sneak 1 gunner in there, 1 shot? No, don't walk round the sides. No, please, you're going to mess up my raid if you don't take him out quickly. There we go. Right, time to just swarm this base. We are definitely running out of time here. Let's just get all those scallywags in a big bunch. Get the witch doctor in. Let's get the, let's get in Tinto. Buff those scallywags. I want them in there. Let's get the bombers in there. Get their ability popping as well. Now let's get the gunners in behind. Keep back, I don't know, 2. Now we keep the Brute highlighted because he may come in tactically very soon. His ability. I need to keep an eye on that mortar. So you've got 1 there, and there's 1 hiding there at the back. Okay, so if need be, we'll start thinking about getting him around in the back or a side angle to try and distract those mortars. If we start to take too much punishment on the scallywags, again trying to keep a close eye. There we go. So there's a skelly and a scallywag being resurrected. That will help a little bit. Maybe now we start to think about trying to sneak this brute in. Will we try and hit the voodoo hut or go towards the wall? Let's try and use his bring on. There we go, perfect. So he's distracted the mortar now. That's exactly what I wanted. Wasn't sure if he'd be quite in range. Mortar's now taken out. We are looking pretty good. Time is going to be the issue. Let's carry on. Let's sneak these 2 gunners around the back of the ship, because that's going to be the one that's going to take ages for us to do. Abilities pop in there for the gunners. Stay on target. We need to get the voodoo hut down. And the academy, because they're a bit tanky too. I think we've got more than enough time to do this, as long, there we go, as the gunners split in 2 different directions. pop the Witch Doctor's ability there. The raid has gone really well. Started very, very slow. I'm surprised. That went so well, considering it started so badly, especially with the gunners. That was really... I don't know why the gunners just wouldn't shoot. They had the range to shoot over the wall. Instead they walked around and then got hit by that bunker, kept firing them. 599 plunder points. Thank you, cheers mate. Yeah, that's why I used to take a brute in with me, because especially using a priestess and a brute, that worked really well. So you would send in the priestess early on, or maybe as you got through the walls, then send her in, get some stunning going, using a Nighty Night. And then as you're getting sort of 50%, 75% through the raid, then you sneak the brute in round the back, or you have a second priestess for that job rather than a brute. She's only 2 slots. And of course, so the first one dies, and then the second one you bring in from, I don't know, normally there's a ship. I don't normally go the ship route all the time. And you bring her in there, so one, it stuns the ship up, so the ship can't fire on your men, and then most of the time you got a mortar somewhere around near there, so you get like 2 good stuns there. Of course, separating the priestess, one has to be deployed. I don't like deploying 2 at the same time. I just feel like they go in the same direction most of the time. Probably how I'm deploying them though. But thank you. I do try to think tactically sometimes. Not all the time though. Sometimes just sort of a spray and pray, deploy it and hope. Let's get on with raid number 3. That is 2 3 stars. That's that about 1200 plunder points, I think. I think my average at the minute is just below 500 in the rumble. It's been a bad day at the office. This type of base I hate coming against, especially, as I said, when you're not using enough bombers. And I've got like my swarm army. You just have to push next. Even if those like level 3 walls, I still wouldn't take that risk, because it's still something for your troops to get caught up in those little segmented sections. These bases, I don't like taking on. Again, it can be very difficult. If they're spaced out a little bit more, say that ground pound is where the grog storage is, and that one there is where the bunker is, it will leave a slight area where you can use your troops to get in, maybe from the legendary fort. Then they would fan out just in time, and the range as well would catch the ground pounders out. So you have to learn the range, and I've started to learn now how the ground pounders... I did explain it in a video using a banana skin, but that's the best way at the time I could explain it. One, I'm nothing to do with like a landscaping or anything like that, otherwise I would probably use like a flower. But